The Golden Deer King. A long time ago, in a beautiful forest near the city of Benares, lived two magical golden deer. One was named King Nigrodha, and the other was called Sakar. Both deer were shiny and golden, with sparkling eyes and glowing horns. Each of them looked after a large family of 500 deer. Now, the king of Benares loved hunting. Every day he would go out into the forest to chase deer, which made it hard for the townspeople to get their work done. So the people had an idea. They said, "Let's build a big garden with food and water for the deer. We'll gently trap some deer inside and give them to the king so he won't go hunting anymore." So they did just that. They gathered many deer, including King Banyan, Branch and their herds, into the garden and closed the gates. When the king saw the two golden deer among the others, he was amazed. "These two golden deer are special," he said. "They must never be harmed." But sadly, the other deer weren't safe. Every day, one would be chosen to be taken by the cook. The deer were scared, hurt, and confused. So King Nigrodha, who was wise and kind, came up with an idea. He said, "Let's take turns. One day a deer from my herd will go. The next day one from Sakar's herd. That way no one gets chased or hurt. We'll go peacefully." The other deer agreed. From then on, the chosen deer would quietly go and lay down, waiting for the cook. There was no more panic or fear. One day, it was the turn of a gentle mother deer who was about to have a baby. She went to Sakar and said, "Please let me wait until my baby is born, then I'll take my turn." But Sakar shook his head. "No, it's your turn, I can't change it." Feeling sad and hopeless, the mother deer went to King Nigrodha. He listened kindly and said, "Don't worry, you stay safe, I will go in your place." And so the great golden King Nigrodha lay down in front of the cook's block. But the cook gasped and ran to tell the human king. The king rushed over and cried out, "Why are you here? I promised you would never be harmed." King Nigrodha said gently, "A mother deer came to me. I could not let her die, so I came in her place." The king was amazed by his kindness. "You are nobler than any person I've ever met," he said. "I will spare your life, and hers too." But the deer king replied, "What about the others?" The king smiled. "All the deer shall live." "And the other animals?" asked King Nigrodha. "They too shall live," the king said. "And the birds and fish? Yes, all living creatures shall be safe." The people cheered, and from that day forward, no animal in the kingdom was harmed. But later, some deer began eating crops in the farmers' fields. The people were upset and went to the king, but the king said, "I made a promise. I cannot break it." When King Nigrodha heard about this, he gathered his herd. "From now on," he said, "we will not eat people's crops. If a field is marked with tied-up leaves, stay out of it." And so the deer kept their promise too. From that day, no deer ever entered a field that had tied leaves around it. It's the end. True kindness means caring for others, even when it's hard. Real leaders protect those who need help, not just their own. And keeping a promise, whether you're a king or a deer, brings peace to everyone. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring and magical stories.